President Trump today joining female lawmakers for the launch of the Congressional Women's Caucus. So the goal of this is to champion Republican women members' legislative priorities, support them in a variety of endeavors on the national stage, and push for representation in leadership positions. My next guests were at that event and are at the center of this initiative. They are Alabama Republican Senator Britt and Florida Republican Congresswoman Cammack. Thank you both for being with us today. Senator, we'll start with you. I'd love to just ask you about the event, but also, as you heard me kind of lay it out, your intention is to set out a list of priorities. I'm curious, what will be those priorities of the Women's Caucus?
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate Kat letting me join her alongside her in this venture. We know that women's issues are American issues. We know what took Donald Trump, the big tent coalition where we won in November, won the presidency and both the House and the Senate. It's those issues we want to continue to elevate, of protecting our children, creating economic opportunity, having secure borders, actually understanding peace through strength. President Trump is on a mission, and we are proud to be alongside him.
Congresswoman, I'm curious about what the senator just said. So women's issues are American issues. You know, often on the left, women's issues are pitted as against, for example, issues that would apply to, I don't know, other Americans. Tell me how you see there is no overlap. You know, I mean, and by the way, why do you need a women's caucus if they are the same as American issues?
Well, it's pretty shocking, Will, that we've never had a Republican Women's Caucus. But I can tell you, as the former bipartisan Women's Caucus chair, that I was outvoted when it came to taking a stand against protecting women's sports. As a women's caucus, It's crazy. So I agree wholeheartedly with my colleague, Senator Britt. Listen, American issues are women's issues are American issues, and we are not single issue voters. That is why President Trump had historic gains with women. He saw us for who we are. We care about a strong border, a strong military, economic security and opportunities, and he wants our nation to remain one of equal opportunity, not equal outcome for everyone, not whatever box you check. And that is why he not only won big with women, but will continue to do exceptionally well with women, because he is the most pro-woman president of our lifetime.
Absolutely.
No, I love that answer, Congresswoman. That actually helps me to understand the necessity. So, for example, while everyone has a valid opinion on whether or not you should allow men to play in women's sports, it does carry extra weight when you hear it from a woman. And if you were outvoted in Congress, you definitely need to have a caucus that says, wait a minute. How about women's sports being for women?
Exactly. I mean, this is just absolutely ludicrous. We are the party of common sense. We are meeting women where they're at. We agree there are two genders. We don't need men playing women's sports. We should be protecting women's private spaces. And as someone who is now 5 months pregnant and expecting my first child as the 14th woman ever to give birth in Congress, I can tell you being classified by the left as a birthing person is incredibly offensive and erases women, which is all the left has been trying to do. That is why I think the need for the Republican Women's Caucus has never been greater.
All right, Senator, take me back, as I kind of started here. Take me back to the event, though. What was it like today with the president?
Well, one of the things that you did miss is Congresswoman Cammack told us that she was pregnant, as she just said. So obviously the president leaned into that as well. But he came out to a cheering crowd. There were women from all across America. Everyone saying thank you. Thank you for making promises and actually keeping them. We talked about all of the things that he's done and all the things he'll continue to do. He talked about economic issues. He talked about different issues that he knew were going to give women opportunity, but would give all Americans an opportunity to achieve the American dream. So, Will, the excitement in the room was real, and women are excited to be seen again, not erased like the left tried to erase us over the last 4 years.
Senator, I'm down to about